Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of my Peugeot 204 front axle fix. In the last episode we took off the steering rack. Well, that wasn't very easy. We also replaced the CV axle on the passenger side. So as promised, today we are diving deeper into the process. We will finish the job on the driver's side and continue to focus on two crucial components that ensure a safe driving experience: the tie rods and the sway bar links. Trust me, it isn't a very casual job. So let's get started. As I told you on the previous episode, the 204 was pioneering the sway bar world back in the 70s, and it sure shows that it was an afterthought. The link is attached to the control arm with two rubber pieces, or silent block as Peugeot likes to call it. Well, the aftermarket ones are not fitting well, and in the next few minutes we will figure out how we will force them to their place eventually. So the first thing I did was to compress them in a vise for a day and a half, and I came back later.
24 hours later.
They sure lost a couple of micrometers. We will soon see if it was enough. But first, let's continue with the steering rack. I got here a new steering flexor. It is a flexible cross that transforms the movement from the steering wheel to the steering rack and connects to the shaft. Mine is already 4 years old, and this is more than enough for rubber parts in the Israeli climate. It is attached with 4 Allen bolts, so I also replaced the metal part that attached to the rack. Well, actually I had no choice. The old flexor came with the metal part as one piece.
Oh la la!
I used a brush to clean the rack itself and connected the flexor back to its place. Now I'm doing the same as part 1 in the driver's side. First, removing the control arm. Let's remove the driver's side axle. And install a new one instead. That was easy. I reconnect the control arms with its sponges, or shall I say, silent blocks. I need to put some pressure on the suspension before tightening the bolts all the way. But I also got a trick for our sway bar links. Let me show you. I lowered the car on the ground in order to get the control arm compressed. It shall give me a better angle to connect the link. Well, it isn't good enough. I asked a friend to put some more pressure on the bar itself. Okay, it's still not good enough. Maybe it should sit in the car. It looks better. Success? No. Zip ties for the rescue. What can I tell you? It worked! Don't forget the control arm bolts. Let's do the same on the other side. And now for the steering rack. I insert the shaft and its bolt. Now inside the car, connect the shaft to the steering column. And the bolt. Just 2 bolts holding the rack to the frame. Righty-tighty. Now the tie rod ends. My suggestion is to play with them a little bit when you first install them, because they are very stiff when new. Now everything is in place and looks good. Before ending this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel to see more of the restoration. I went to do an alignment a few days ago, and what can I tell you? Look at this toe angle. The rear camber also was off. But after an hour or so, we managed to align it correctly. That's it for now. I hope this 50 years old French car will soon be back on the road. Thanks for watching and see you next time.